Today, I'm going to survive 100 days of hardcore Minecraft. If I die once, it's over. That is equivalent to 33 hours. My goals are to not only beat the Ender Dragon, but to build a town. It's something I've always wanted to do in survival Minecraft, and this is a great opportunity. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I started off with a weird spawn, but there's also a lot of wood, so it's actually not that bad. So of course, with anyone that appreciates the craft, I got some wood and started getting some basic tools. After I gathered some wood, I ran off. I wanted to find a place to build my home. I wanted it to be all nice and cozy. Seconds later, I found a little cave system. I started to explore, got some iron, got coal, you know, the fun stuff. Then I found a random hole. Why is this hole here? Yeah, no. Then I made a tiny hole. Made a furnace so I can smelt my iron. And with the iron, I made a shield and some shears. Then I left the cave. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. For the rest of day 0, I just ran. I wanted to find a nice place for my house, and so I made the sheep naked, made my bed, and thus ended my first day. The next day I found an okay spot for my house. It could be better, but I'm lazy. I started to clear the area, start an epic farm, dug a hole. Then I forced some sheep to try and get them in that hole. Like a famous quote told me, why don't we take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else? It gets me every time. They didn't want to comply with me. I spent the rest of the day gathering wood, clearing the area for my home, and exploring a nearby village. The next day I started planting some seeds, and with the hay bale I got from the village, I lured some sheep to the hole I dug up. After clearing some more area, I finally started building a home. Don't ask me what I was going for, I was appreciating the craft. I needed more wood if I was gonna build a town, but in the process I started luring some cows to another hole. I didn't have a hole, so I dug one. I'm calling them Jeff and Bill. God, what am I building? Day 3, I started to decorate the outside of my house. Again, no idea what I'm doing. Fed my animals, finally made a damn chest for my items, and I started a little strip mine. The next 2 days I went strip mining and finally finished my house on day 5. You could tell I was very happy with the finished product. On day 6, I made the attic my chest area, made myself some armor like a gamer. I finally extended my epic farm, fed my slave, and for the rest of day 6 and 7, I went mining. I found a lot of random caves, but no diamonds! Appreciate the craft, appreciate the craft. Look at that MLG skeleton, man, I wish I could be like him. After I forced my animals to breed, the next 2 days are a day I like to call wood cutting day. I spent all those days cutting wood, fun. Really hate these type of trees. I also did some farming. For the next 3 days, I spent it clearing out more area. It's about time I start building more stuff for this awesome town I want to do. But since I wasn't enchanted, it took a lot longer than I thought. But at the end, I got to start working on it. As you can tell from my house, I don't know how to build. But you know what I do have? Thanks, Google. My plan was to make a little farmhouse. I don't know, I just wanted something there. 3 more days passed and it was all dedicated to building this barn house. I don't really build, but this was fun to make. All I could think of is what I wanted to do next and what I can do later. I also took some time to extend my farm so I can get some more wheat. Feed the animals, you know. On day 16, I decided to take a little break from building. The next thing I knew, 3 more days had passed and I was mining throughout that entire time. Why does Minecraft have to be so scary? It was a very harsh battle. I fought with all my might. In the end, I was victorious. I live to see another day. But on the bright side, 18 days of Minecraft, I found my first diamonds! There was only 2 though, so I was sad. The next 2 days I got off my lazy butt and I continued to work on the barn house. Of course, with my animals expanding and some random skeleton. Why are you here? But at the end of day 20, I finally finished this build. It's about time. Day 21 was pretty relaxing. I did some farming, fed the animals I did not neglect. I started to work on the floor inside the barn house. And I started clearing out more area for my next build. The next 2 days were spent on clearing more area so I can work on my next build. God, I love Minecraft. At the end of day 23, I got to work on my next project, the library. Why? For villagers, I guess. I really don't know, honestly. On days 24 and 25, I worked on the library. And no, I have no idea what I'm doing. I tried to look it up on Google, but it all looked complicated, so I winged it. You can tell I go to a lot of libraries. The next day was very exciting, renovating the inside of the library and shaving my slate. For the next 2 days, I forced villagers out of their homes and forced them to live inside my library. As you can see, some were very eager to come join me. Now it was time I learned how to breed villagers. Just like building, I have no idea what I'm doing. I haven't forced villagers to make babies since 2015, and things have changed. Am I doing this right? How do you make villagers breed? In the end, I ended up just leaving and giving them some privacy. Never know, they might be a bit shy. I ended up watching a YouTube video. Day 31, I went on a mining session. It was about time I tried to find some more diamonds. You could tell I have greatest luck with diamonds. Pog. With the diamonds I found, I decided to make a diamond pickaxe and some obsidian. I think it's about time I start going to the Nether. But before I go in the Nether, I'm scared, so I needed to get myself enchanted. And so I decided to make a little enchant room. I needed some more paper to make some books, so the plan was put on hold. I saw a YouTube video of these two dudes building some kind of cool cave room thing, and I felt inspired to build one. So I cleared off some area, and the next 4 days were spent building a giant hole. It was also enough time to get enough books so I can start enchanting my stuff. God, these are some great enchants! The next day started great. Little bit of a wake-up call if you know what I mean. For these 2 days, I wanted to decorate my little cave thing. I added some stairways down, went to get some vines in a jungle biome that was near the village, and I still don't know what I'm building. On day 39, I started to dig up a little spot for my nether area. And on day 40, it was time I man up and go to the nether. But first, hey look, we have babies, let's go! As soon as I entered the nether, I was very scared. Straight across was a pit of death. On my right, a giant bastion. Really? I wanted to be a big boy and gather resources. And then I got destroyed by some piglins and said, nope, time to leave. Wasn't that a fun adventure? And so I took a chill day, did some farming and some mining. The next day, I just cleared off some area. I wanted to build myself a tiny little fountain. I had the idea from Animal Crossing, so I thought it was pretty neat. Wow, it's so small. It's that time once again. We're back with wood cutting day. I need to get myself some more wood so I can start on my next build. Wow, it took forever on this build. It was time I started working on my next build project, and that is a home. And no, this home is not for me, it's for my villagers, at least the important ones. I cleared off some area, had another woodcutting day, and the rest of the time was building this awesome home that I will never get to live in. Wow. What the heck, it looks better than my house. Now it's time for me to learn how to villager trade. My goal was to get a villager with a mending book. I've never really used mending before, so this will be an experience. I used a boat to transfer my villagers, and a minecart to get them up the stairs. I struggle. I was going to use paper for emerald trading, but I needed more paper. So as I waited for my sugarcanes to grow, I spent some time relocating my farm, created some kind of pathway to each building I made, and I went off to explore. I wanted to find a desert for some cactus or maybe even squids for black dye, but I ended up running super far that I ran back and gave up. And on day 60, I went back mining. I wanted to get enough diamonds so I can make myself some full diamond armor. I also wanted some of my armor to at least have level 30 enchanting. Then I learned the hard way about villager trading. If you don't trade, they change their items. No. These next couple of days I tried to get the best armor I possibly could. And with that, I also had to get a lot of levels. I did some mining, done some farming, fed my animals, had many runaway villagers. tried to get another mending villager. And I traded with villagers. And finally, the time has come. As it was very close to day 100, I decided it was finally time to explore the Nether and get the things I need to beat the Ender Dragon. My goal was to find a Nether fortress. And of course, with the 1.16 update, Nether fortresses are a lot harder to find. So shockingly, within 2 days, I found a Nether fortress and got some blazes for the blaze rods. But as I was coming back, I decided to raid the bastion right next to my portal. I was very scared of the piglin brutes. Luckily, I had a boat to take them down. Inside the chest, I found wonders. A netherite ingot! And more netherite scraps. I can actually make netherite armor. And so right after I raided the bastion, I spent some time trading with piglins so I can try to get those ender pearls. Of course, it was a big pain. I also decided to decorate my little portal area. I wanted to have a little bit of a nether vibe when you come through it. I did a terrible job. Now it was time for me to start my next project. I've always wanted to build a tunnel before, but throughout my years of Minecraft, I never got around to actually digging one out. I've also recently heard about the Super Mario attraction in Universal Studios in Japan, and I felt heavily inspired to build something Mario related. So I built a Mario pipe. I couldn't find any green dye, and for the next couple days, I dug out a cool tunnel. Really, it was a tunnel that led to the village that's nearby. It's still cool. With 15 days left of this challenge, it was finally time that I took on the Ender Dragon. I didn't know if I'd die or come back alive. I looked off to the sunset and went on my journey. After everything I've been through throughout this video, I've started to really appreciate the world that I created. With each step I took to find the end portal, I was scared of dying. Everything I've built, everything I've raised, everything I built, I didn't want to lose it all. But I didn't want to let this dragon take me down. Finally, I found the spot where the labyrinth is, dug down, explored, and finally, I found the portal. Luckily, I had just enough fire vendors to actually make the portal. Like, oh my, can you imagine if I didn't? Oh my. Well, it's now or never. Let's do this! And finally, after 86 days of Minecraft, I have defeated the Ender Dragon. Of course, the next thing I had to do was get the dragon egg. I also grabbed myself some blocks. I hopped into that portal and came back to my home, safe and sound. You may be asking yourself, what now? I enchanted a shovel and started making more area. Let's go! These next few days I cleared off some area and got myself some obsidian. I had to gather more resources for my next build, so I also went to the Nether. As you can tell, I've grown up to be a big boy. For my next build project, I wanted to build something end related so I can build a little room for the dragon egg that I stole. Why is it so hard to find nether quartz? Finally, after 93 days, I was able to build some kind of building for the dragon egg. I also had some time to get another wood cutting day in. With only less than 10 days left of this challenge, I made some kind of tiny billboard, put some coordinates for when I come back later. I also put up some light posts. I thought it'd make the place look nice. And I started to clear off some more area for future projects. But suddenly, my town has been raided. I've done it. My town is relevant enough to get raided. Let's go. Wait, that's not a good thing. I couldn't find the last raider, so I moved on with my life as he was hiding somewhere. With these last couple days, I finished off clearing off some area, added some rails to my little tunnel I built earlier, and finally, day 100. I took some time looking around my town, feeling accomplished with everything I've built, everything I've defeated. Originally, I was supposed to build a statue of myself, but I couldn't find any black dye, so instead, I last second tried to build my head. I didn't have enough time, but thank you for watching. It's been fun. I plan to upload more videos I'm proud of, so if you like what you saw, interact, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.